So, blank screen. Why blank screen? I had a couple ideas for 10 talk, and I've been asking around yesterday which one would you like to hear, and actually this one came out way on top. Basically because, well, there's an N in there, so that's a network, and DS is a distribution system, right? Well, actually, I'm going to talk to you about something totally different, which is deep space network, which is wireless at a totally different level. So I hope you enjoyed this. The thing is, the reason why I do this is it's electromagnetic energy, and Wi-Fi is electromagnetic energy, right? So there's a lot of similarities that I'd like to present to you. And first of all, I'm going to go through every single thing Keith told me in the beginning not to. Setting the stage, don't do that, you got 10 minutes. So I'm going to talk about frequencies and antennas and all the stuff you know, just a slightly bit different. First of all, frequencies. Yeah, we use frequencies in deep space. Actually, we have 3 bands. Like 2.4, like 5, like 60 gigahertz, only we're somewhere in the S band, X band, and Ka band. Now this is because we do transmissions over a large distance, and anything that's called deep space means a category B mission over 2 million kilometers away and onwards. So we need to cover a bit of distance. If you want to know outdoor wireless, this is outdoor wireless, big time. I've been listening to all these different sessions, and I enjoyed myself like incredibly much. And each and every one had some similarities to the one that I'm talking about right now. Aesthetics being one of them. It was mentioned just in the other one as well from Troy. We don't care about aesthetics at all. We need antennas, and we need big antennas. Yeah, we tilt them massively. Big antennas is a big thing, and we usually work with, and I say we, and I actually mean NASA and all those other guys that I have no relationship with. We need antennas in the range of 60-meter diameter, which comes down to, if you do the calculations, at a 0.7 efficiency, around 74 dB gain. Yeah. And the one at the bottom there, bottom left, that's a testing an anechoic chamber, and I hate that word.
We all do.
Yeah, an echo, yeah, right, you see, and I'm not natively English, so you see, that's where I go wrong. That's where they test these antennas as well, and where you get all those nice graphs and stuff like that. The difference is they test them for satellites and deep spacecraft, which is a lot of fun. Now, you all know that little lambda, C divided by F. In deep space, we have a vacuum, so speed of light is the speed of light. As simple as that, which we use in Wi-Fi as well. You can use to calculate your own lambdas and stuff like that. And we have power. Yeah, somebody mentioned yesterday or the day before, you didn't find a nice picture for power. I find that a really nice picture for power, by the way. And there's 2 satellites there. Well, actually, they're deep spacecrafts. They're the Voyagers. Most of you know what the Voyagers are. And we use different power levels. Now, if I make a comparison to Wi-Fi, I use ground-based station transmitters, which could be my APs, right? And I have clients, which are my deep spacecraft. Same difference. Only difference is I can cover the entire solar system with 3 APs. They're just a little bigger, slightly bigger. But I have APs and I have clients. I transmit up, I get no confirmation, and I transmit back down from my clients. So yeah, I've got power differences and all that stuff. Really cool. So that's about the same comparison. Now the thing is, and somebody mentioned that as well in one of the sessions, and forgive me, I don't remember all the names. If I use these level of power and I have these channels and frequencies, I don't want to use RxSOP. I want to lay my hand on every single bit I can lay my hand on. That's basically the idea. So I'm not going to limit anything. Actually, I'm going to use something in the order of 20 kilowatts to 400 kilowatts transmitter at my ground station. And my client is a fraction of that. So the 2 Voyagers here are equipped with a 20 to 40 watt transmitter back in those days, and this is back in the 70s, so that's quite something. Nowadays, the satellites and deep space spacecraft are up and above a kilowatt. So we move on in technology and it works really well. Now, another thing that you might recognize is signal strength. And again, I'm not setting the stage here, well actually I am, but it's just signal strength a little different. We all know this Newton's inverse square law. If everybody did the CWNA, you've been studying this. Same difference. Free space path loss, same difference. And if I take this little example of the Voyager 2, which is now beyond over 17 billion, is that in English, right? Kilometers away. That's not really nearby, 17 billion kilometers away, and a downlink frequency of over 8.5 gigahertz. I come down to a free space path loss of around 315 dB. Same difference, same calculation, same way it works in Wi-Fi. So what's left? Well, same calculation. You can add and subtract all this stuff together and you come down to about next 165 dB of RSSI, if you will, what you have to deal with. Now, just to show you that I'm not making this up, there's this little graph in the middle. That's live. Well, not live in this screen, but I can show you live. Is this showing up? No, it isn't. It is now, right? Oh man, this is I have to, I can't do this. Anyway, let's do this way. Duplicate. Why did I do this? Showing up? Yeah, it is. So if I select any satellite, and basically we have 3 around the globe, spaced around 120 degrees apart. 3 times 120 degrees is a globe. Actually, the Earth is not flat, if anybody should ask. And if you look at this, and I select one that's actually active at the moment, you can see that my signal strength and stuff like that is actually a lot less lower. Well, this is another satellite. This is NAG 80 at the bottom. So that's really close by because it's at a distance of roughly, where it is? Where is it? 1.65 million kilometers away. That's pretty good, right? Not that bad. So back to the calculation. Yeah, you can get pretty much there. I'm coming back to that in a moment. So if you calculate it through, the ambient noise in space is around NAG 175. If I take the Voyager 1 transmitter, then I add it up to about an ERIP of 70 dBm. Calculating it all through, I get something in the order of a 4 dB SNR. Or 4 dB SNR is not that bad for a spacecraft. Now, if I look at something more recent, which is the New Horizons satellite that was launched to take pictures of Pluto, it had a 12-watt transmitter, around 41 dBm, and it had a transmission speed of around 1 kilobits per second. Now, an average picture of one of those satellites is roughly 12.5 megabits. And they got a really good zip file in there, or zipper in there, and they compress it down to about 2.5 megabits, which calculates down to 42 minutes to get it transmitted. So next time you say my network connection is slow, and you're done, right? I mean, that little graph there shows you what kind of bandwidth you can get depending on the distance you have, and it says there AU. AU stands for astronomical unit, which is about 150 million kilometers, the distance between Earth and the Sun. That's easier because all those big numbers start to confuse you. That's easier to say. So you're done, right? 42 minutes for one file, 2.5 megabits. Wrong. Because we have such large distances, we have to take into consideration the speed of light. which is really fast, and I'm going way over time now. But so if I'm speeding this up, actually a picture of 2.5 megabits per second will take me over 4.5 hours to get back to Earth from Pluto. Add to that the 42 minutes that I needed to transmit the file in the first place anyway, I'm down to 5 hours and 15 minutes to get one picture downloaded to Earth. So that's a whole different vision on electromagnetic energy, Wi-Fi. Well, it's not exactly Wi-Fi, but it is wireless. So I hope you enjoyed that.